Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler video series videos I'm gonna do for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff and drink stuff, then, folks. I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. I guess this one's supposed to be guava-tastic. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I am inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today? What happens to be, boom, my Steel Dawn shirt. I love this shirt, man. If you don't know what Steel Dawn is, it is a lesser-known Patrick Swayze film that he did a little bit earlier in his career. It's kind of a post-apocalyptic martial arts swordplay type of movie. Kind of in the theme, sort of a Mad Max type of deal. I really like this movie. I saw it a million billion years ago, back when I was like in my late teen years. I was on one of the movie channels, I think. And I had no idea what it was, but I liked it. And I didn't really catch the name of it at the time, but I did remember a few of the specific quotes from it. And then years later, when the internet kind of caught up to what I was looking for, I eventually found it again. And it turns out I still really liked it. I'm a big fan of kind of low budget action martial arts films, and this perfectly hit with that. And it's actually a really cool movie. So much so that I actually own two different copies of it. I have a special edition DVD that I had to import because it wasn't available on DVD here in America. And then just a few years later, they finally brought it over on Blu-ray, and it was available in America. Got it at Walmart. So, I like this movie a lot. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Guava-tastic, eh? Sure. I don't even remember where I got this exactly, but it's apparently, boom! It is from Guava or O Fresh. Okay, so we got O Fresh here. O Fresh. Then we got Gao or Guayaba. Guayaba? Con Pulpa? I'm guessing I got this from a Mexican supermarket, I want to say. And then this is their Pink Guava flavor. I don't know what the hell this is. So, but okay, maybe Guayaba is Pink Guava? Sure, let's go with that. And we'll kind of, maybe over here the lighting will be a little bit better. We'll kind of do it like that. Ha 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 ha! Sure, guava. I don't know if this is going to be like a guava nectar drink or what, but okay. I was going to say I shook it up beforehand and I wasn't thinking about, might be carbonated. Ooh, smells guava-y. Let's give it a go. Yep. It's like a guava nectar drink. Okay. I like nectar drinks. I don't drink them a lot because, they tend to be heavier since obviously they got the nectar going for them. But every now and again, do a mango nectar or something like that. They carry them in the break room at my work. And it's nice. I like that. And it's actually got kind of an interesting flavor for a guava drink. It's got a little bit more of a tanginess than I typically associate with guava. Guava for me is sort of almost a neutral fruit, it's not too crazy one way or the other, but it just has a nice flavor. But this, maybe because of the pink guava aspect, I didn't even realize there were different shades of guava. Maybe that's why, but yeah, it's got a little extra oomph to it, and I like that. Because most of it is, again, that fairly somewhat neutral guava flavor. It's nice. It's got sort of almost like a mild tropical sort of vibe to it. Guava doesn't, I won't say guava probably tastes like some other fruit to some extent, but it's also definitely definitively guava. Especially once you've had it enough times where you can kind of directly identify it. Guava tastes like guava. I guess almost maybe to me it almost has sort of a peach element to it, but not as sweet, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm just batshit crazy, but I do like guava. It's a good flavor. I'm happy that it seems to be becoming more pervasive in like American drinks and cuisine and stuff like that. I think it's a cool fruit. And as far as the beverage itself is concerned, it's nice. It's got that nectar aspect to it, so it's a little bit thicker as you drink it. But it's really nice. Like, it's got a nice refreshing aspect to it. The guava flavor carries nicely, and I like that little extra tanginess that it comes to it, And, I mean, yeah, I've reviewed guava-flavored things, and I wouldn't say this is the best guava-flavored thing that I've ever reviewed, but it's definitely not the worst either. As long as it comes through with that guava flavor, that's really what I'm looking for. And I'd say this does a really good job of that. Yeah, it's just really nice. I will say there's a little bit of an aftertaste that I'm not the biggest fan of. Kind of at the very tail end, you get kind of this like almost sour, almost slightly bitter kind of thing. Like kind of a, again, going off sort of the peach thing that I was talking about earlier. Peach is a great flavor, but depending on how you use it and the way you use it and stuff, it kind of takes on like almost sort of earthy notes that if go a bit too far for me, I find to be unpleasant. And that's kind of what I feel a little bit with the guava aspect. Like maybe that's what that is. Maybe that's like just a little bit too far with the guava. So I'm getting those somewhat slightly earthy notes that don't really vibe with the rest of the sort of sweet tropical vibe that it's got. But it's fairly fleeting, and the rest of the drink is really nice, so I can forgive it. But two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Sure and sure. Like, I'm not gonna call it like a huge recommendation on my part. Like, for me personally, it's a nice enough drink. I don't typically crave guava just because, but every now and again. And that for me is kind of where it falls. This would be like an every once in a while type of deal. Just, every now and again I might want to go over there and grab something that's got a decent guava flavor to it, and this works in that capacity. I'm not in love with the drink, but at the same time, I certainly don't hate it. I like it, That's about as far as I'm willing to go with it, though. I like it. But the flavor's good. It does a nice thing. Again, it's got that sort of nectar aspect to it, so, that could be yay or nay for you. For me, it's kind of dependent on the day and time. But, yeah, it's a nice thing. And if I'm recommending it, like, kind of, or sure. Obviously, it's going to be dependent on how much you like guava. But I do think the guava flavor is nice. Again, the only real sort of blight that comes with it is, again, just that little bit of that aftertaste that I don't think is the best aspect. But other than that, it's a nice enough thing. I don't think it's outstanding or anything, but like, it certainly fills a nice little role. And again, if you're a fan of guava, maybe pick it up. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there yourselves a truly guava-tastic rest of your life. Because, folks, guava's good. It's good fruit. It's not as good as pineapple, because what else is, but, Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks. Do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your personal take on guava? Is it a fruit that you're into? Is it something you don't like very much? What do you think about my assessment saying, kind of peach-ish in sort of a profile? I mean, that really was something I kind of pulled out of my butt right then and there. So, maybe I'll rethink it later on, when I put a little bit more effort into my thoughts. But I think I'm not completely off base with that one. But yeah, I like guava well enough. I think it's a good fruit. It's not like a top tier fruit for me, but like B tier. I'd say B tier is pretty good for it. And B tier's got a lot of good fruits in it. You know, I'm trying to think of other B tier fruits. It's another B tier fruit. I consider peach a B tier fruit. I mean, I know I keep doing the peach thing, but I'd say peach is a B tier fruit for me. Man, grapes and oranges are really good. Watermelon's really good. You know what? I'm just not even gonna. Maybe I'll do maybe I'll do one of those tier list videos one day, which is rank fruits. Probably not though. But anyway.